Fox Rob Durienzo is live at the Clayton County Jail tonight. Rob, how did this happen?
Yeah, guys, well, you mentioned it just a moment ago. This was some sort of paperwork error that let this convicted killer get off free. He was set to spend at least 3 decades behind bars in connection with his 2022 murder. But again, he is a free man tonight. The victim's family is now terrified.
It's scary to know that someone could just be released because of a mistake. And then we wait for 2 weeks. We don't alert anyone.
19-year-old Delilah Grayson's mom hasn't slept much since she found out a search is now underway for Clayton Guzman, her daughter's killer. Clayton County jailers accidentally let him go.
He strangled Delilah to death in their apartment that morning because she was planning to leave him.
In October, a judge sentenced Guzman to 30 to life behind bars for felony murder. Delilah's mom, Christina Grayson, was there in court every step of the way.
The DA promised me that he would never get out. They looked me in my face and they promised me that he would never get out. I had nothing to worry about, and he's out free.
District Attorney Tasha Mosley told Fox 5 on the phone, "We hope the sheriff's office catches him soon," adding, "We are sad and upset about this incident." The Clayton County Sheriff's Office didn't respond to our request for comment. We talked to the attorney listed for Guzman on court records on the phone, but she refused to say if she knew where he was or if he planned to surrender.
We're talking about somebody that is trained in MMA. He is a trained killer with his hands. And he looks nice and friendly. No one is safe. The public is not safe.
Now, Grayson tells us she was told that Guzman was released on March 27th, but that attorney we spoke with filed court paperwork on his behalf 5 days later. We're going to continue to follow this story and bring you the very latest details on it. For now, that is the latest from here live at the Clayton County Jail. Rob Durienzo, Fox 5 News.
Well, mistakes happen, but Rob, that is a big mistake. We'll see what happens. Also, new
Cobb County man is in jail on charges of attempted kidnapping. His attorney says surveillance video shows he never tried to take the child. He was trying to help the mother. Fox 5's Denise Dillon is live in Ackworth. And Denise, police are now responding to the release of that video.
That's right. Police are saying they are aware of the video that has been shared, but they also say they can't release any more information about this case because it is still active and ongoing. 56-year-old Mahendra Patel is in the Cobb County Jail charged with attempted kidnapping. Ackworth police say last month, Patel tried to snatch a little boy from his mother's arms inside this Walmart on Cobb Parkway. Patel's attorney, Ashley Merchant, says this video she shared with Fox 5 shows that's not what happened.
You can see when Mr. Patel enters the store. You can see when he first encounters Miss Miller.
Caroline Miller is in the motorized cart. She has one child at her feet, another child in her lap. In the video, Patel's back is to the camera. Merchant says her client is simply asking where the Tylenol is, not trying to steal her little boy.
You can't see this tug of war or grabbing back and forth. You see him lean in. And I mean, it's very likely that he was doing exactly what he says, which is trying to stop the child from falling.
Later, after Patel leaves the area, you can see Ms. Miller crash into a display case and one child falling. Another man steps in to help. The video goes on to show Patel with the Tylenol and even showing it to Ms. Miller.
He shows it to her and she gives him a thumbs up.
He checks out, paying with his debit card, and talks to employees on his way out of the store.
Not fleeing, not in a hurry, not running away, nothing like that, not trying to hide what just happened or anything. You don't see anything.
Ackworth police released a statement saying, while they are limited to the details they can provide to preserve the integrity of the case, they are aware of the partial video that has been released to the public. Merchant says there are approximately 70 hours of surveillance video. She says she released segments that show the interaction between Patel and the little boy's mother.
I tried very carefully to make sure that all different angles were able to be viewed. Perhaps they could go back and actually watch the rest of the surveillance videos and see.
And Patel has been indicted on 3 charges: attempted kidnapping, simple battery, and simple assault. He has now been in the Cobb County Jail for 27 days. Reporting live in Ackworth, Denise Dillon, Fox 5 News.
All right, Denise, thanks. Fulton County teacher has been murdered, leaving her students and family heartbroken. 25-year-old Kaylin Jackson was shot at DeKalb County over the weekend.
Tonight, we're learning more about the suspect police have arrested. The victim's family is speaking only with News Edge reporter Rob DeRienzo.
25-year-old Kaylin Jackson was a teacher at Hamilton Holmes Elementary School in East Point. Her murder has left her mother in shock right now.
I can't go to sleep. I can't go to sleep because if I go to sleep, it's going to be too real. You know, it's going to be too real.
Police in DeKalb County have arrested 24-year-old Janae Colbert. They say she shot and killed Jackson in their home on Derwin Brown Drive Saturday night.
You took something that held us together.
Jackson's family says she and Colbert were in a relationship. Colbert's been charged with malice murder.
We took her in our home. We made her family.
They were fine, just minutes before it happened.
Michelle Jackson, Kaylin's mom, says right before she was killed on Saturday, she just planned a big celebration of life for her grandmother.
I really appreciate everybody coming out, man. In my phone, I was typing a message to her. The first part of it to tell her words cannot express how proud I was of what you did. I didn't get a chance to fix it before I got that phone call from my son.
That call was when she learned about what happened to Kaylin. Jackson says her daughter's profession, working in special education and as a cheerleading coach, was her life's passion.
My baby wanted to help kids, especially kids that needed extra guidance.
Her smile was just, it was infectious.
As Jackson's mother prepares to lay her daughter to rest, she's still trying to process all of this.
I know I need to sleep, I know I need to rest, but I can't do it right now.
Reporting for Fox 5 News, I'm Rob DeRienzo.
And school administrators sent messages home to parents informing them of Jackson's death. They're now offering counseling and grieving students.
Man in a now viral video was seen verbally attacking 3 Muslim women. And he now says he's sorry. He apologized to the women today at their house of worship and says he hopes they will forgive him.
Fox 5's Eric Perry has been following this story, joins us now live with the latest. Eric?
Yeah, Ross, Courtney, hello to both of you. That man now identified as Perry Greene. He's the ex-husband of U.S. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, Wednesday, we spoke exclusively to the 3 women in the video there. They say they simply wanted an apology. Well, today, they got just that. Days after this video showing an intense encounter with 3 Muslim women, the man behind the wheel has come forward as Perry Greene.
Hopefully they'll find it in their hearts to forgive me, and that, you know, we shouldn't allow that in our society. Because y'all are pieces of shit.
You're the one attacking little girls.
Greene, who is the ex-husband of U.S. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, met with the 3 women at their place of worship in Johns Creek during Friday prayer.
I just wanted them to know that I humbly apologize to them because nobody should be treated that way, and that's not the right way for us to treat anybody with any differences.
The incident happened Sunday at the Avalon Mall in Alpharetta. The women say they went to a parking spot away from others to pray. Wednesday, the 3 victims decided to share their faces and their story only with Fox 5.
We thought that recording him would make him stop, but he made it even louder. He went even crazier.
Since the genocide in Gaza began, CARE Georgia has recorded a 250% increase in anti-Muslim incidents in Georgia alone.
Friday, others stood up on their behalf.
He has entertained the idea of issuing a donation to a nonprofit to combat Islamophobia because our goal here is education. We do not kick people while they are down.
Ali Awad says taking civil action is not completely off the table.
We chose to take the higher ground today. We chose peace. We chose to allow Mr. Greene to come to our community and issue an apology directly to the family.
All right, back out here live. Mr. Greene, of course, we had many questions for him. He did not take any opportunities to speak with the media. He got in his SUV and was chauffeured away. We do want to point out Alpharetta police say they do not intend to press any criminal charges. They say all speech is protected. In Johns Creek, I'm Eric Perry, Fox 5 News.
All right, Eric, thanks. Man is behind bars tonight, charged with killing his wife, not allegedly with a gun or a knife, but by giving her AIDS.
Fox 5's Kevin Stewart joins us live from the Rockdale County Jail in Conyers with the story. Kevin?
The victim here was diagnosed with cancer, but soon doctors realized she had more than cancer. She had AIDS, and that's why her husband is here at the Rockdale County Jail.
This is Denise and Cleveland Brody, married in 2014 after meeting at a Christmas party 2 years prior. These were better times.
And she loved this man. She really, really loved him.
But Cleveland Brody is now accused of violating his wife's trust, the family's faith. Rockdale County deputies have charged him with murdering Denise Brody, knowingly infecting her with HIV, his status completely unknown to her. She died in 2022 at 65.
And how long did she live after the diagnosis?
2 days.
She put him out when she found out he was cheating on her. And she loved him so much that she actually allowed him to come back, asked him to take a test because he's out there. And he was smart enough to know that it would not get picked up.
Prosecutors first charged the husband in 2023 with only reckless conduct HIV, but the family pushed for murder and did the detective work to share with authorities.
Get evidence of the fact that he had it before he met my mother.
2 years later, now her stepfather is charged with felony murder.
Because at any time he could have told her, I have this, and gave her the right to make the decision on whether or not she wanted to stay with him.
And one of the reasons why this is so tough for the family is because AIDS is no longer a death sentence. They're encouraging people to be tested for all STDs. Reporting live in Rockdale County, Kevin Stewart, Fox 5 News.
Wow, just such shocking details coming out of that case. Kevin, thanks.
A longtime senior prank has reached a boiling point for a local law enforcement agency. The game is called the Senior Assassin Game.
Fox 5's Kevin Stewart is live at the Paulding County Sheriff's Office in Dallas to explain. Kevin?
Yeah, what we're seeing here is young people armed with toy guns walking up to one another, to homes, to cars. And local law enforcement here says that's a problem.
Eye-popping and jaw-dropping.
Oh my gosh.
That is the reaction the Paulding County Sheriff's Office is getting as it makes its way through the community, trying to make its point.
Oh wow. That is insane.
That the traditional so-called senior assassin game is not what it used to be.
We think that the terminology of it in itself is alarming.
Watch this. You see youngsters go up to a car with a toy gun. Now listen.
The rat-a-tat-tat maybe play.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like a real gun. He's got a gun.
So unsafe.
But this family says that is nothing to play with.
My concern would be that they would end up getting hurt because living in this community, there are a lot of people who own firearms.
A lot of people, I think, would have a hard time discerning what was a real threat and what was a fake threat.
It is why the Sheriff's Office has worked to get the word out that this spring break end-of-school year prank has gotten out of hand. You can see at the top of your screen activity at a door and a garage. But the Sheriff's Office says it's getting some pushback.
They called us the fun police or a buzzkill. Well, all those things are fine, but none of those things will matter when something happens to a child because of a senseless game like this. The images that we're receiving from the community does not clearly show that they're using whatever the rules are, whether it's water guns and bright clothing.
I can't imagine talking to a parent who says this is just fun for spring break.
From this mom, the words to any kid involved in this come easy.
Why are you doing this? It would not be a mild conversation.
And the Sheriff's Office is hoping it doesn't have to have a difficult conversation with a family if one of these things escalates. Went live in Paulding County. Kevin Stewart, Fox 5 News.
Kevin, thanks.
New at 11, a viral TikTok trend quickly becoming a safety hazard for movie theaters across the country. During a scene in a Minecraft movie, young audiences throw popcorn and drinks at the big screen. It happened this weekend right here in Atlanta. News Edge reporter Ali Levine has the story of how theater owners, police, and even movie stars are getting involved.
From fresh popcorn to friendly faces.
That's like a medium.
The Spring Cinema and Tap House in Sandy Springs is a place for community.
It's always been about quality movies and being about part of the community.
On Friday night, this local theater fell victim to the latest TikTok challenge, Chicken Jockey.
It was horrific.
It was full ices just thrown at people, at the wall, at the screen.
It was a horrible scene.
This was the scene after one scene of a Minecraft movie. Popcorn everywhere, ices, ketchup, glass. Alexi Alvier has never seen anything like it.
Like this? Not to that extreme.
But he was the one left cleaning up the mess.
Wow, look at that. It took me 3.5 hours.
The theater ended up calling the police, but most of the culprits fled out the fire exit. Chaos at the big screen, all for the little screen.
They just somehow think that's okay because that's something they see on TikTok.
Even the film star Jack Black stepping in to remind kids to be respectful, a message this local theater echoes and appreciates.
It's a good film that people are enjoying, and they just need to enjoy it the right way.
Ali Levine, Fox 5 News.
Southwest Atlanta family is devastated by the death of their daughter, and now the Montgomery County, Alabama Sheriff's Office has launched an investigation into the death of Alabama State University student Janiah Grimes.
Grimes was a proud member of the Alabama State University Honeybees dance team. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor joins us from Mays High School in Southwest Atlanta, which is where Janiah graduated from. Angelique?
Yeah, good afternoon to you both. Everybody who knew Janiah Grimes described her as a superstar. She was an extraordinary dancer who was even featured on Access Hollywood for her moves. But tonight, following her shooting death, her family tells me they are just consumed with grief. Janiah Grimes made a huge splash wherever she went. This is her Mays High School graduation in 2021. She was always a show-stopping dancer who knew how to dazzle a crowd. After leaving Atlanta, she went to Alabama State University and danced with the Honeybees dance team. She was known as Purple Doll and Strawberry. Her mom says she has lost her best friend.
She just had big dreams. That was my heart. Anybody can tell you, oh, we were like twins.
Authorities tell the family Janiah was riding in a car last week with a friend when a gun went off. Angela says the friend initially told Montgomery County deputies a 21-year-old killed herself. Now deputies tell the family they are working it as a death investigation. The family says they pray the truth will come out.
Do you think your daughter would kill herself? No. She wouldn't even touch the gun. She was afraid of guns.
9 months ago, Janiah added the title of mom to her accomplishments when she gave birth to her son, Rogers McLeod III. But she went back to school determined to follow her dreams and keep dancing and one day become an FBI agent. Her family and friends say they won't stop until justice is served.
Full of life, full of energy, as you all just said earlier, super flexible, She was a honeybee, which is a big girl dance line at ASU, but size does not matter. It did not stop her. She was splitting, pirouetting, doing all the things that any ballerina can do, and I think that's what allowed her to really stand out.
And Mom Angela tells us that Janiah was actually up until 3:30 in the morning rehearsing the same day that she died. Her mom says she loved the stage and had a performance the next day and wouldn't have let anything stop her from being at that performance. We are live at Mays High School in Southwest Atlanta. Angelique Proctor,
Fox 5 News.
Very sad. Your heart goes out to that mother. Angelique, thanks. Attorney.
It's been a great day.
Oh, it has been.
Everybody's really excited.
I've enjoyed all of it. I feel blessed to have y'all in the district.
Good. God bless you.
Thank you. Can I take this off? Oh, this is wired. Okay. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you. Thank you.
Put your head behind you. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Do it now. Get me out of here. How do we get out of here? Get me out of here. Straight out. I gotta go. I can't be around this. That's why. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. He just got shot. Get me out of here. He just got shot. Are you? Can I call someone for you? You need to know you can. Well, they may even be here, but you need to don't get hurt. Stop resisting. Your glass. Gotta go back. Is that where you're at? Come out back. What? I don't know if it's anyone we know, but it's someone protesting. For what?
Thank you to our great police officers. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my town hall. This is a town hall. This is not a political rally. This is not a protest. If you stand up and want to protest, if you want to shout and chant, we will have you removed just like that man was thrown out. We will not tolerate it. This is, let me tell you, this is funded. The Democrats have been rioting. They are the party of violence. They are the party that...
Get out!
Go! Go!
No.
Go!
Let me out.
If you want to sit and listen, you're welcome to listen. Everyone across the aisle, Democrats, Independents, Republicans, this is a good place. You have a lot to learn.
Taser. Stop. Move. Walk outside. Go. Put your hands on. Hey, Matt. Hands up. Hands behind your back. Now. Go move. Stop.
This is a peaceful town hall. Now, this is a peaceful town hall, ladies and gentlemen. What else I think is absolutely pathetic is the media trying to defend an illegal alien that is a member of MS-13 that was deported to his home country, El Salvador. That is shameful, and that should never happen. What is wrong with our American media that they aren't defending Americans? That's the only people they should be defending. Before I wrap up, I want to talk about what happened in the past 4 years under the Biden administration that should have never happened. The government was weaponized against the American people. And after January 6th, many people were arrested. Now I want you to know, serving in Congress, I have not watched the pro-Hamas, pro-Palestinian, pro-Gaza protesters. I have not watched them be prosecuted like the DOJ went after January 6th protesters. So I want to thank President Trump. I want to thank President Trump for what he did for January 6th defendants. Kayla, you can go ahead and pull that up. The J6 pardons were answered to prayers. And the pro-lifers too. Biden's DOJ went after people that peacefully protested abortions. FBI, ATF, Border Patrol, ICE, and many local law enforcement, all the way from city, county, and states, all across the country are working together to track down illegal alien criminals, cartels, and terrorists that are not just living at the border. Ladies and gentlemen, they're all inside the interior of the United States. All inside the interior of the United States. You can head out. The protest is outside. Thank you very much. Protest is outside. Protest is outside. Bye. Have fun out there. City of Ackworth is doing a great job. They have an area for protest outside. What can Congress do to rein in the hate and lies other elected officials are spewing that endanger the lives of innocent people? Rep. Crockett is one example. Those inciting the vandalism and domestic terrorism against Tesla and Tesla owners are another example. Kathleen. Kathleen, thank you for that question. And I first want to start with recognizing Governor Shapiro and his family and say that I truly pray for them. And it was shocking to see that attack of arson on the governor's mansion. And I completely denounce that type of political violence. I denounce all political violence. Now, I can tell you that because I also live in a place where I am one of the members of Congress that usually has the highest amount of death threats. As a matter of fact, you know, I've yet to see a fascist gathering. That doesn't exist in the Republican Party. As a matter of fact, President Trump is the most transparent president in history. The man literally talks to the press every single day. It's amazing. Not only that, he takes them on Air Force One and takes them to UFC fights. He talks to them and gaggles on the plane. He talks to them all the time. This is such an amazing thing that happened. You know, well, the Associated Press shouldn't have told as many lies as they did about President Trump. And President Trump has been lied about by Democrats, has been lied about by the press. I mean, Russia collusion, come on. I haven't seen the press apologize for that. And many people, unfortunately, are still brainwashed on those lies. You know, well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you again for coming out tonight. And I want to thank you for your support. And I also am so excited. Thank you to the City of Ackworth. I'm thrilled to have this part in my district. We've had great meetings today and look forward to working with everyone. And also, I'll say this. I know one thing about Georgia 14. Georgia 14 is not going to be intimidated by funded Democrat protests and by people that came in that aren't from our district.